All right, Shalom. I just want to start off by saying, Call Halam La Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Wachakwadash. I want to give honors to the apostles and the great millstone, peace and citations to Falak and Aki, and spread his truth throughout the four corners of this earth. We're just a few brothers from a great millstone, Des Moines camp, and today we're just going to go into a quick hit. All right, just showing how we are saved, man. Okay, because you got the biggest, okay, Israelite group, all right, pushing out the madness that you are saved through keeping the laws, man. All right, and that's not scripture, man. That's not according to the scriptures. Okay, so we're back with this quick hit, and hopefully, Lord willing, this is edifying, man. All right, if you want to start off with that, Philippians.
Okay. This is Philippians chapter 3 and verse 9. And be found in him, not having mine own righteousness, which is of the law, that which is through the faith of Hamashiach, the righteousness which is of the Most High by faith.
Right. So these other camps, man. Okay, they go to establish their own righteousness, which is of keeping the law. Okay, the law. That's the only thing in their mouth, man. They don't preach they don't preach YAHAWASHI. Okay, they don't preach the faith we're supposed to have. Okay, because it's through faith. It's the faith that we have in YAHAWASHI that is counted as our righteousness, man. All right, you want to reread that one more time?
Come. Philippians chapter 3 and verse 9. And be found in him, not having mine own righteousness, which is of the law, but that which is through the faith of Hamashiach YAHAWASHI, the righteousness which is of the Most High by faith.
Right. So it says, but that which is through the faith of Hamashiach YAHAWASHI, the righteousness which is of the Most High by faith, man. Okay, because YAHAWASHI, okay, he is our righteousness, man. All right, you can, if you can, 1 Corinthians 1 and 30.
Mm-hmm. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 30. But of him are ye in Hamashiach YAHAWASHI, who of the Most High is made unto us wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption.
Boom, there it is. All right, YAHAWASHI is our righteousness, man. Okay, and the faith, right? The faith that we have in him, okay, that is also faith that we have, and the faith that we have is counted as righteousness as well, man. All right, we can read about that in Romans 4. Romans 4 and I just started at verse 3. It says, for what saith the scripture, Abraham believed the Most High, and it was counted unto him for righteousness. Now to him that worketh is reward, not reckoned of grace, but of debt. But to him that worketh not, but believeth on him that justifieth the ungodly, his faith is counted for righteousness. All right, so just as Abraham believed and his faith was counted as righteousness, man, we believe in YAHAWASHI, right? And our faith is counted as righteousness, man. Okay. You have anything?
No, come on, you got it.
This is Ephesians. Ephesians 2 and verse 8. It says, for by grace are ye saved through faith. Okay, so that's how we are saved, man, through our faith, man. And it says, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of the Most High. Okay, so yeah, this faith, man, it's a gift. Okay, and it says, not of works, lest any man should boast. And that's what these other camps are doing, man. They're boasting in their works. Okay, and they're going around saying what? Through keeping the law, right? Through those works. All right, that's how you're going to be saved, right? But the scriptures clearly say that you are saved through faith. Okay.
I got some real quick. Yeah, come on. This is Galatians chapter 3 and verse 1. Did you have this?
No, what?
Come on. And it reads, O foolish Galatians, who hath bewitched you that ye should not obey the truth, before whose eyes YAHAWASHI hath been evidently set forth, crucified among you. All right, So once again, it's, he's mentioning YAHAWASHI, okay, being crucified. All right. 2, this only what I learned of you. Receive ye the Spirit by the works of the law or by the hearing of faith. All right. So it's not through the works, okay, that you receive this faith, okay, but it's through the Spirit, that the Lord put upon you, okay, for you to be able to believe, okay, in YAHAWASHI, once again, just backing up the fact that it's about, faith, okay, most importantly in YAHAWASHI, and not just the works.
Okay. This is you want to go back a chapter, Galatians 2 and start at verse 16?
Okay. This is Galatians chapter 2 and verse 16. Knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law.
Boom. Right? So you are not justified through what? Through keeping the laws, man. Okay? But go ahead.
But by the faith of YAHAWASHI HaMashiach, even we have believed in YAHAWASHI HaMashiach, that we might be justified by the faith of Hamashiach and not by the works of the law. For by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified.
Boom. So this camp, right, or other camps, man, that's pushing the law, right? As the scripture says, man, for by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified, man. All right, and that's plain and straight to the point. Okay. Now, just because we are not justified by the law, right, do we make void the law? No. All right, if you want to go to Romans 3 and 31.
This is Romans chapter 3 and verse 31. Do we then make void the law through faith? The Most High forbid. Yea, we establish the law.
Right, it says what? We establish the law. Okay? So we keep the laws to the best of our ability, man. All right? There's some things that we just cannot keep on the side, man. Like going to Jerusalem 3 times a year, man. Okay? Picking out that lamb, right? With no blemish, okay? All right? Or even having all your clothing 100% one fabric, man. These are just some of the things that it's with the captivity that we're in, it's hard to keep these things, man. But we don't make void the law, right, through faith. No, we establish it. All right. It says here in this Baruch, right, this Baruch 1, it says, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. All right, so it says what? That the law endureth forever, man. But we don't seek to be justified by the law, man. Okay? We are saved through our faith in YAHAWASHI, man. That's how we are justified, okay? Did you have anything?
Yeah, I had something real quick. This is Colossians chapter 2, verse 14. And it reads, blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, which was contrary to us, and took it out of the way, nailing it to his cross. All right. So ultimately, the Lord, he made himself that sacrifice, okay, or he came to be that sacrifice. All right. So ultimately, what? To cover the elect, okay, and where they fall short at. All right. With sins, okay, the shortcomings, and even the laws, okay, the ones that we can't keep. All right. Because if you say you offended one, you offended all, but that's the importance of YAHAWASHI.
Yeah, the scriptures do say that, man. That our righteousness is as filthy rags, man.
Right.
Okay, so you seeking to be justified by the law, man, just know, right, that righteousness is as a bloody tampon, man. Okay? Right, we are justified through the faith of YAHAWASHI. All right? And so, did you have anything else?
No.
So with that being said, man, hopefully this was edifying. We just want to end off by saying, Call Halayim La Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Chakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles on the elders, great millstone. Peace and citations to and the Akim, spread this truth at the four corners of this earth. Shalom.
Shalom.